Hello, Charlie. We are talking about Life is Strange True Colors, the very first game that I played in this series that actually really ignited my love and passion for this game, for this series.
Excellent. Theme song.
It was actually perfect timing. Last April, I got eye surgery where I got my vision corrected. I was negative 9.5 in one eye and negative 9 in the other. I was legally blind and I had to wear contacts. And I got a surgery that fixed that. But my vision was very blurry. And for those 2 weeks of healing, or it was more like a month, but for the first 2 weeks, I was just like, doing nothing. And then I was finally starting to be back into playing games, because I love playing games. And so I played this one because I didn't have to, it wasn't like where you have to really closely look at a target or anything. It was just like explore, interact, engage. And it was the first game of its kind that I had played. I've played like point and clicks, but I've never played a Life is Strange game up to that point.
I might have mentioned them briefly in our friendship, but you got it from our free little game library.
Yes, thank you for setting that up. I love those games. And there were a couple copies in there, and I was like, this is so cool. And I liked it, and I was like, I'm just gonna play it. And it was so much fun. And I love that you're a broody sort of, she's a young woman, so she's 21, she's just after being a teenager. She's, in the foster care system, got separated from her brother. But when we join and meet Alex, she is getting, off of a bus, basically, going to Haven Springs, Colorado, where her brother Gabe is. Now that she's older, I think it was just a matter of maybe they hadn't been communicating. And now that she's older, she's ready to go and join him and try a new life.
So you played this in 2024. It released in 2021. So pretty strongly in the pandemic. I remember getting it shortly after launch. I think the first price drop, I grabbed it. I originally got it on Google Stadia, which is a Google streaming platform. I returned it because it did not run well. But because I bought it, I think I got another Google Stadia starter kit. This was a hit game, and this was Deck 9 doing their first game after Before the Storm. This one, I saw a lot of similarities with Double Exposure in terms of some storytelling stuff, maybe a little bit lesser of freedom, it felt like. But unlike Double Exposure, that town of Haven Springs felt really nice. Your situation felt nice. You got time to explore
I love that.
your cool place above the bar.
Yep. Interacting with different things. Getting to meet new characters and getting to meet repeat characters, because Steph is from Before the Storm.
Yes. I had no significant issues with characters, so she returns back home to reconnect with her brother, immediate joyful reconnection, even though she's a little bit socially isolated. She's ready to integrate back into society. Before she could really spread her wings in this new environment, a tragedy happens at the local employer, which is a mine.
Yep.
They thought they had stopped the mining activity, but it restarted again.
And you're just sort of picking up the pieces. There's always a mystery to be solved in these games, I think. Well, except for
a mystery and a exploration of a new environment. So despite being in a foster care system and allegedly being damaged or unable to process things, she adapted quite quickly, even though she had also these powers sprouting up.
Yes.
Tell us about the powers.
The powers are related to empathy, which is really interesting. So she has the ability to magnify the emotions of a person and sort of tap into them and then take them from that person into herself. It's sort of it's like a true empath. It's like if an empath had powers, this is what they would literally be. And so she can kind of talk a person down and kind of change their emotion a little bit, but it's sort of True colors is what it's called because each emotion sort of has a color, so you can kind of see if there's an aura of blue or purple or red around somebody. You can kind of gauge what they're feeling and then sort of tap into it. And yeah.
Yeah, and there's situations where the person is presenting something different than they're actually feeling, and I think that's the main use of this. Probably the lamest power of all of them, but it allowed the story to kind of be more of its own thing. And you to learn things through like detectiveness or just being around people, around driven people like Steph to solve.
So question for you.
Sure.
When did you play this game? Because I think you probably played them in order for the most part.
I played it before Life is Strange 2. We played Life is Strange 2 at the same time.
Yes, okay.
Which we have not talked about yet, nor will we right now. So yeah, this, again, even from seeing it, I was not interested in Life is Strange 2. Like that just wasn't part of it. And this one had a decent press campaign. It was during COVID, so they put some money behind it. And I think this was the first inkling, like, even though Life is Strange 2 didn't do what it needed to do, this one we're going to give a real shot. And it sold well. I think it sold around 500,000 copies, which is a lot for this type of game, and across all 3 systems. And it did well. And it was one where they just released the game. It was not a split up chapters thing. It was you get it or you don't. And I thought that worked out for it. I liked playing it as a chunky game. I enjoyed going through the story.
Yes.
Steph is a little bit like Chloe for me, but also showing a lot of weakness beneath that surface. Whereas Alex, she has her weakness on the front, but underneath she's a pretty strong person. And maybe that's why I like this. I liked her more than Max, was because there seemed like there was more of a core of a person there.
There was more there, absolutely.
And that doesn't always have to be through trauma. But yeah, I enjoyed Alex. I mean, her being Asian didn't come up that often.
I don't think it did, no.
But it was still good. The different types of people did not feel forced, whereas in Double Exposure, it felt forced. Like, it's almost, as I mentioned, the checkbox, like we have to have one of each type, whereas this, it still felt very diverse for a very small town, but and almost a little bit too idyllic.
Feel quite idyllic. I mean, to be able to walk into the flower shop and like going back to your point about being able to explore the area, I really liked that element of it. And sort of taking, I think it was maybe about halfway through or towards the end, where they have like some sort of fun little party for Ethan where they basically do a LARP experience. And they turn like the whole town into this like D&D thing for him to kind of walk around. And so Alex plays guitar, so she's the bard and she carries her guitar with her and they face off against enemies and it's sort of a really cool setup.
They put a little bit of gaming on top of it, like a turn-based thing, but it's very, very light.
Yes.
And just a bigger version of what they did in Before the Storm when they were just at the table doing D&D.
Totally. So, I really liked that vibe, and I liked that you got to explore the town more, or you knew where to go now that you had already explored the town a little bit. So to see, like, for example, the record shop, like, kind of transformed into this witch's, like, lair sort of thing where Steph was, like, giving you potions and, like, little trinkets and stuff to help with your... I mean, I love that there seems to always be a kid, almost always a kid involved in these games. And it's kind of interesting to see how what they do with that.
I'm not sure if I agree with that. I mean, so Life is Strange 1, not really a kid.
No.
Before the Storm, I mean, there was a younger student she played D&D with, but it was Steph and the black kid, but he was still within
he was in there
4 years of them.
Yeah. I guess I'm just thinking of Life is Strange 2 and True Colors.
Yeah.
So maybe not all the games.
No, it's good. Those are the ones that resonate with you.
Yeah.
So I felt like this one was good. I could tell that even though you could explore, like the story was moving forward and you did not have many choices.
Yes.
And I was okay with that in this, and I was not as okay with it in Double Exposure. And maybe this was their sweet spot.
But like, there were really tender moments. Like there's this part where this, sweet older man whose wife died, if you go into the bar and dance with him, then later on when the town is like, up in arms about the accident not accident, but
they're making a decision on who they're going to support.
Exactly. Yes. And so he might support you if you do
Spend
this
time
dance.
with him.
Yeah, and like you kind of unlock these moments, and
Yes.
there was some really tender sweetness in that.
And there was a couple of them where I just missed because I hadn't went to the area. So it coalesces, and one thing at the end, you spend a lot of time in this bar, and it's really just an argument, and then the town decides whether they're going to follow truth or they're going to follow the previous town leader. And it's really just, were you nice to me during the game? And then whatever.
Yes.
It still went well. I did not look at other endings. I don't know if there's one that just goes poorly.
I didn't either. I think
Typically there's some sense of justice that happens.
yes.
Yeah, they have every game they try to do a Twin Peaks thing.
Yes.
And it's like, this is our Twin Peaks episode, which I get it. They're all like like a bland scenario, and then they just layer this stuff on top of it, the melodrama on top of it, and then like the sprinkles are like David Lynch stuff.
Yeah.
So
yes. True.
the combination felt good. I could tell it wasn't doing a ton new, but it just felt really refined. And that's interesting because a lot of this was like motion capture was done in people's basements during the pandemic.
Yes, we watched something of the woman who did Alex, didn't we?
Yeah, she played every part of the song.
Yes.
Period. She did the drums, she did the guitar. I think she just did dancing for random crowd members.
Random
so
people.
It was very cool, and I could tell like a little handcrafted stuff went into this.
I loved it, and her voice acting was incredible. And mind you, this was the first game that I played.
Yeah.
So for me,
set a very high bar.
It did. It did, and I think that's why I shouldn't have started with this one, because Life is Strange 1 didn't hit in the same way because of this one. This game is newer, it's slick, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Life is Strange 1 is from 2011? So of course
it's slick, but it's still expressive, whereas Double Exposure, when they went hard on expressions, like it broke a little bit.
yes.
Like, it's like, that's not how you hold your mouth when you're like angry. Like that, and just everything's hyper detailed. It's like, nope, you lost me. Whereas Alex, it's just like Fortnite, a really good Fortnite character, but it just felt very rounded and natural.
Yes, and the motion capture really came through. There's a part I remember where she's drumming, like just pretending to air drum, and it just felt so real. And I was like, wow, and I loved picking the outfits, and I loved
for sure. Girl stuff, I get it.
Girl stuff, hats, don't forget the hats.
Overall, where would you rank this among all the you've played every Life is Strange game?
Yep.
Where do you rank this?
It's probably towards the bottom.
Really?
Like in the middle bottom. Wait, let me think. Okay, Bloom and Rage is probably number 1 at this point.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay, so
Bloom
it
and
beat
Rage
Life is
is
Strange
really
2.
good. I
Okay.
really liked that.
Okay.
Bloom and Rage, Life is Strange 2, Life is Strange 1, this one, and then Double Exposure.
So I'll put it up there with the first Life is Strange. I forgot what I said was the top one. It might be this. Bloom and Rage was good.
Bloom and Rage rules.
It was good. I did not feel satisfied with the conclusion. The stakes were higher, and I feel like they fizzled a little bit, even though the ending was nice. Whereas this one, the stakes were lower, and she kind of, and at the end, you get that choice.
Where did you stay or did you go?
I think I went.
I left.
Yeah.
With Steph, not the guy. The guy was
Yeah.
nothing
You
burger.
know how we feel.
Yeah, we are lesbians.
Yeah, that's it. But he wasn't. He was a good dude.
Yeah, he was fine.
He was.
But they always are. They're just kind of a.
I mean, Before the Storm was awful. Double Exposure was awful.
Warren was fine.
Before the Storm. The guy who was after Matt.
Oh.
Chloe. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, no.
He was not a real person.
No, he wasn't.
Life is Strange 2
Oh,
the guy was
no,
terrible,
no,
which we'll
that
get
made
into.
no sense. That was
Yeah, so there's a
stupid.
clear thing.
They want you to, there's a direction they
Yeah.
prescribe.
Here's where the budget is. Okay.
Yeah, follow
If you're
the budget.
weird, you can. We gave the interns this thing
Yeah.
they can go figure out.
Yes.
But anyway, that's it for us. We will follow this up with Life is Strange 2.
I
Finally.
think we already did Life is Strange 2, didn't we?
We did not do Life is Strange 2. You just keep talking about it.
Okay.
I don't know where the footage is.
Oh, okay, well then
we
we'll-
will follow this up with something. All
Cool,
right. Bye.
bye.